Hello and welcome to this interview series ahead of DevOps Live on the 6th and 7th of March at Excel London. I'm Rebecca Uppendale, tech reporter at Techarati, and today my guest is Sanmat Jhanjhari, DevOps Lead at Nationwide Building Society. Sanmat will appear at DevOps Live in March, but today we're going back in time to talk about 3 significant years in Sanmat's life that has shaped their life and career. So, welcome to the interview series, and thank you so much for agreeing to be part of this.
Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to present and also having this interview. It's really good to see that how things have progressed from DevOps Live event perspective.
Let's get straight into your first year of significance. What year have you selected for us today?
This is the last 3 years specifically. So year one, where I would like to put my thoughts around is it was all about earning the credibility, and the focus was on rolling out the centralized service, and it was all about leading the team of 6 engineers. So for me, it was a first time experience of developing something which is centralized in nationwide. And being me as a person, very pretty disciplined and pedantic, it was a bit difficult to lead the engineers and shaping the work.
So could you kind of highlight some of the specific changes or developments in that year that you attribute to being kind of game-changing, and how you adapted your pedantic nature in order to shape that team in the way you described?
The specific thing which I was quite initially nervous about, the ways of working. And it is important that we don't want to build ninjas, right? If you can recall the character Brent in Phoenix Project, right? So we don't want that kind of people in the team. So it was quite important for me to focus on team, get the best out of the team, not best out of me, or any individual. And specifically, I was pretty specific about how do you visualize the work, how do you define your epics, how do you define the stories. If the work and progress is clear for everyone in the hierarchy, then it makes much more easier for everyone to follow the shared goals. And the documentation is always important, because we always serve one or the other customers. So if it's clear from the customer perspective that how documentations are written down, then it makes life easier. It reduces the noise and toil in the system.
So would you say that clarity and that a kind of clear set of rules or regulations or procedures, that's what your number one priority is, then everything else follows through from that?
Absolutely. I think it's important to create that guardrails so that everyone follow. It's not too regimented, but standard ways of working is really important.
And was that hard to implement? Was there a lot of kind of bite back from that, or would you find that people within your team are actually quite willing to adapt and learn to that change?
Yeah, it was. I think it was a bit initially to get that frequency is quite difficult, because everyone comes from a different background, right? So I've been given immediately 6 engineers to work with. So everyone has a different past experience, different ways of working, had different experience being as an individual contributor in past. So what we did is we trial out, we will keep on experimenting, because if something is important for a team to work out, that we prioritize that work and the ways of working specifically. And we were very clear in developing the environment wherein everyone is safe psychologically, wherein you are free to talk about the stuff that you're not comfortable with. So nationwide, we have a modern blueprint, and there are 3 characteristics about that. One is the say it straight. So say it straight meaning you need to be honest and direct with a good intent. It doesn't mean you can be unkind, right? It's not about licensed excuse for any rude behavior or disrespect. It needs to be said in the room where you see the conflict and the commit. So you agree with it. Okay, there is a discomfort out there, but we can make it. We're gonna make it work it out. Basically, how it should be, and we push for better. That's quite important. So we should know what good looks like, not settling on ourselves of the mediocrity. But doesn't mean that you are started looking into gold plating the stuff, right? And also constructing always challenging the status quo, not walking past the problems. Just keep on thinking how we can improve, how we can push for the better from the delivery and the ways of working perspective. And lastly, get it done. It's really important to get it done, because people misconception is that the agile meaning, things will come naturally, but it's not. You always have a deadline to meet. You always have something to deliver on time, and so prioritize that work and start less and finish more, so you can commit for something and you aim to deliver that one. And also, the being decisive and making the call. Don't sit on it. Just make the decision and move on. It may be wrong, but that will be a learning for the next decision to make, so that you have that fail-safe environment, I would say, wherein you're making decisions, but you are also making decisions based on the current circumstances. It might be perceived as, oh, we have done wrong, but so what? We've done that. We have taken the decision based on the circumstances we were in, and now is an opportunity to revisit that and fix it forward.
What are some key traits that kind of are desirable or celebrated within your organization?
I think the key thing is about, again, empowering the team members, right? So encouraging the culture of autonomy. So you should be able to delegate the work to your sub team members, and giving them an environment to grow. There may be a time wherein they may have taken a wrong decision, but again, it's if they don't make mistake, you don't learn. So long as you have defined a boundary, understood and defined the boundary or the guardrails that your engineers or your team members can take the decision within that boundary, we should be okay. And that also breeds the culture of innovation, right? That's if you are not giving that opportunity to create to come out with some creativity, curiosity, forward thinking among the team members, it's not going to go anywhere. It's important to give them a sufficient support and the resources, so they are well informed, and the guidance also to be given, so that they can be taking the decisions as they come across any specific items. And lastly, the recognizing and rewarding the initiatives. We always very good as a human being to criticize something, and always try to sometimes develop that, okay, there's something not right, and criticize. You just moan about it. It's important that if something is good, even a small bit, you should appreciate everything, something good happening around you, to the leaders, to the juniors, everywhere. If you spread the culture of joy and appreciation, the team will foster for sure.
What was the second year you'd like to talk about?
So obviously the first year I've been given a new team. Second year was, and I was pretty regimented, as I mentioned earlier. And the second year was, I was learning whole year, week by week, month by month, as a line manager. So to begin with, it was a quite state of unknown. So I didn't know what I don't know, right? So, but later it developed organically, resulting in a very outperforming team. It took a while to build the bond with the team members, but what we managed to do is create a fabric of trust and transparency between the team members, fostering, as I said, psychological safe environment, sharing common vision, and establishing standard ways of working, making them self-sufficient is really was important for me, and we got a quite successful outcomes in last few quarters. And the team, if the way I look at it, team can't see what I can see, it's impossible to bring them together. So that was my key thing, to make sure that the whole year is invested within the team in their development, and also for me to learn, let it go. The more heavy baggage I have with me, I will not be able to move forward. So I need to let it go, let the things go out of my hand, and let my team take the decision. It was a bit difficult for me initially, but I developed myself in year two.
Can you describe some of the strategies that you implemented to build these bonds with your team members and create that environment of trust and transparency?
As I learned through the experience and the feedback and self-reflection, I think. So feedback should not be only you're giving feedback to your subordinates. You should be getting the feedback from them, how they feel. So in any conversation, I do say that don't just follow me. Yeah. just don't just follow what I said. Just you need to come up with what you think is not right. I really welcome the challenges you're going to put across me. If I'm saying something, you can come and tell me, no, this is not right, or can we do it in a different way? I think how you position your question is really important, and it's not only applicable to me, it's applicable to my team members. So every question must be in a more respectful manner. You should be kind. So you can have a confrontation, but with more positive and constructive and growth mindset, that how can we do it better. So open to feedback and willing to adapt. I was able to identify what worked best for my team and what adjustment I need to make them happy, to make them safe. And so building the trust and collaboration was really, really important, and mutual requests, shared mutual respect and shared goals, empowering them, and with setting the clear expectation and accountability. I think that's another one that it gets lost pretty easily within team, who is accountable for what. So unless you do not hold someone accountable for it, they don't get the sense of ownership. So setting the clear expectations, goals, objectives, the purpose that put them together, holding them together to deliver something that is expected from an organization to move forward. Yeah.
Can you share any of the team successes or things you're particularly proud of that you've achieved with this kind of mindset?
Actually, I think the key success, I'm really proud of my team, honestly. I think I'm having goosebumps at the moment. Last 3-4 years, I didn't lose any of my team members. The retention is 100%. So that was a key achievement. So everyone, I have developed that bond, as I said, anyone at any level down, 4 levels down, that can come and talk to me comfortably. I feel so. I mean, they do talk personal stuff, they do talk professional stuff. So I developed that interpersonal skills so that I can empathy, I can understand where they're coming from and try to console them, to hear them. I think listening is really important, to listen to them and try to put them into comfort if we can, and try best as we can. Because sometimes we have the boundaries, right, from the company. I'm leader servant, right? So I need to make sure that what I'm saying and what I'm doing is within the boundary of organization framework. Yeah, sometimes you may have a flexibility as a leader to do something which probably may not be aligned to the framework of the company, but within the gift of line manager, you can still have that flexibility. So I try to use that to keep my team members happy. And what we've also built and developed the entire centralized platform of CI/CD DevOps. So we built right from the scratch as the first team who has delivered the shared services. And it took us a while to begin with, because again, forming the team, developing that culture. But as soon as we delivered the first product, team has built that confidence. Yes, we can do it. And later on, we have built number of capabilities, and we were literally delivering everything as we commit for every quarter. And it's all credit to my team, and it's all their vision, which is shared with us.
What was your third year you prepared for us?
I think 3 years is about the harnessing the team power, the power of the team that I've built, and the delivering the new capabilities, and that has allowed me to focus outwards and let them innovate and let them take their own decisions, creating more leaders. We recently promoted one of our engineer to the lead engineer. So that, again, that's testimony that we were able to deliver whilst investing in people to give them an opportunity to grow. And the key learnings for me was, as a leader, the focus should not be getting the best out of me, it should be the best of the team. And the embedding the shared vision is vitally important. Being yourself, use common sense and with honesty, and help me to bring the strong team. And that's all happened in that year 3 specifically. And I do say, I'm not sure whether it's right or not, but I do believe there's no North Star. You are always doing something. You're always always in a mindset of never done. You're continuously improving. As soon as you reach something, no, there's something new. It's something new we need to do, something improvement that we have where we should focus on the new technology, new ways of working, experimenting. So yeah, that was all my focus for the year three to be more outward.
How do you balance those two things together, or is it rather that your goals are more aligned with your team's goals?
I think it worked out really well in my favor. The way it is because in first couple of years, we were so focused on building the service, centralized service, and year three was focused on scaling the adoption of our services. So meaning that I need to go outward and speaking to the various consumers and encouraging them to start using our shared platform. So which has allowed me, because again, I could able to pull out that time from my team because the team is self-sufficient now. They have, all they need is a guidance and the direction to continue to build the services.
What is there in store for your team next? What do you hope to achieve in 2024?
Continue empowering others. So I'll continue empower team members, providing them autonomy, support, opportunity growth, delegating the responsibility, encouraging new initiatives. Let them take the ownership and accountability where they feel empowered. Continue development in their own from training, mentorship, and learning opportunities, which should be tailored to their individual needs as well as what is in the interest of organization as well. We don't want someone is developing so personal that is not aligned to organization goals. So it has to be tailored accordingly, what is required, relevant in terms of the goals. And diversity and inclusion is really important. Having the diversity and from various backgrounds helps, and from the perspective and the experiences, because it definitely bring the value to the table with different perspective. Lead by example. So I still remember when I was asking my team members to do the Kubernetes certifications, and they were saying, yes, it takes time. It's pretty hard and takes time. So I said, okay, I will put my energy and as well, and we'll work together. So it was difficult for me because along with my regular duties, taking time out for your own personal development was a bit tricky while you're building a new team and developing new capabilities. But I did demonstrate that I can work, I can do the coding, I can also clear the certification. So it was a bit hard. I delivered it, and then that has set an example, and the team members were very delighted that if you can do it, because I don't get time, if you can do it, why we can't do it as well. So it was setting that example that if I can do it, then you can do it as well, because you do it every day in, day out, and practice what you preach, basically. If I'm expecting my team to do something, I should be doing it first, showing that as an example, and then that brings the confidence and also an opportunity for others to see and follow it. And that helped me, to be honest, the last 3-4 years is I was doing it for them, and they learned and they following the same footsteps.
You'll be speaking next month at DevOps Live. Is there anything you'd like to share before the event?
I think this will be good if you can come and see us. We will be sharing about Nationwide's journey, how we have built from scratch, right from the building the team, and developed a centralized capability. Running at scale is a completely different beast in a regulated environment. So definitely, please come and see us, and we'll be sharing more insightful information about how you can build a resilient pipeline in a secure environment.